Mary Parker Follett, a pioneer in public administration by Candy Keeby. Follett was born into a Quaker family on September 3, 1868 in Quincy, Massachusetts. She was the daughter of Charles Allen Follett, a tradesman, and Elizabeth Curtis Baxter Follett. Her mother was disabled and she had a younger brother named George Dexter Follett. When her father Charles died, she was responsible for her mother Elizabeth and her younger brother George. Her interests included music, painting, nature, and travel. After her long-term relationship with Isabel L. Briggs, an Englishwoman, she began a relationship with Dame Catherine First, head of the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. Follett attended Thayer Academy in Braintree, Massachusetts. Her history teacher, Miss Anna Boynton Thompson, was her mentor. At age 15, she graduated high school in 1884. After the deaths of her grandfather and father, Follett inherited money and began her 10-year journey at Radcliffe College, where she studied political economy, history, and English. Then between 1890 and 1891, she attended Cambridge University in England and studied philosophy. In 1896, Follett published The Speaker of the House of Representatives, in which she discussed the U.S. Congress and how they effectively represented and utilized their power and influence. Between 1900 and 1908, Follett was an active social worker in the Roxbury neighborhood in Boston, Massachusetts. Her goal during this time frame was to provide direct services to youth, including immigrants, in the poor community of Roxbury. By 1908, Follett was the chair of the Women's Municipal League Committee on Extended Use of School Buildings. Her focus was to create a plan of action to solve problems in collaboration with city agencies. She wanted young people off the streets and developed evening programs in public schools. By 1914, Boston Social Centers had expanded to 6 sites, allowing 7,000 youth to participate. By 1910, Follett addressed school dropout rates by creating vocational programs. Follett also lectured industrial management at Oxford University and taught at London School of Economics. Some of her major publications include the New State Group Organization, The Solution for Popular Government, in which she discusses community, democracy, and government. She also uses her observations, in which she learned from the school centers, to discuss group dynamics. By 1924, she published Creative Experience, in which she highlights decision-making and labor management relations and interactions of people in a group process. Follett states, "Leadership is not defined by the exercise of power, but by the capacity to increase the sense of power among those led. The most essential work of the leader is to create more leaders." Dynamic Administration, the collected papers of Mary Parker Follett, are based on her lectures in industrial relations. She discusses communication and conflict management. According to Peter Drucker, author of Management Task Responsibility Practices, explains conflict is not about answers, it's about the result of incongruity of perceptions. One of Follett's contributions is conflict resolution. She says there are 3 ways of dealing with difference: domination, compromise, and integration. By domination, only one side gets what it wants. By compromise, neither side gets what it wants. By integration, we find a way by which both sides may get what they wish. In leadership theory, Follett describes 3 types of leadership: leadership of position, leadership of personality, and leadership of function. Lastly, in True Leaders, Follett encourages executive and employees to collaborate in the decision-making process in order to promote power of expertise.